Hello everyone, welcome to fourth part of objective question from metals and alloys. So in this particular session, we'll be reaching 200 questions. So 151 question, number 151, it will be a pick of the correct statement from the following. Option number A is rusting is caused due to combined action of air, moisture and carbon dioxide. Option number B, during rusting first ferrous bicarbonates are formed. Right, so if you see here, roasting of iron is due to combined action of oxygen, moisture and carbon dioxide, right? And during roasting, first ferrous bicarbonates are formed. So first it will form ferrous bicarbonate, and on further oxidation, ferrous bicarbonates get converted into ferric bicarbonates, right? So it will be oxidized to ferric carbonate, and finally to hydrated ferric oxide, right? So the hydrated ferric oxide and is with liberation of carbon dioxide, right? Carbon dioxide get liberated. So all of the answers are correct. So our answer will be all of the above. Stainless steel resists corrosion due to what? Chromium. Obviously, which of the following statement is correct? The cast iron contains about 2 to 4%. The wrought iron contains carbon up to 0.15%. It still contains from 0.25 to 1.5%. All of these are correct. These all are correct. So our answer will be all of the above. Cast iron 2 to 4, and for the wrought iron doesn't have 0.15%, and for the steel it will be 0.25% to 1.5%. Pick up the correct statement from the following. Is still there is no free graphite in its composition. In cast iron, there is a presence of free graphite in its composition, both A and B, and neither A nor B. So for a material to be classified as steel, there should be no free graphite in its composition, right? If there is any free graphite in it, then it falls in the category of cast iron. So our answer will be both A and B. In steel, there is no free graphite, and in the cast iron, there is presence of free graphite. The hardness and toughness of steel increases with an increased content of to a maximum level of what? If you see in the book of Agor, the answer is given as 1.3%. Which one of the following types of iron is equally strong in compression as well as in tension? So the steel is equally strong in tension as well as in compression, right? So we see here, steel is equally strong in compression and tension. A drop of nitric acid when placed on which of the following irons produce a dark grey stain? So steel, cast iron, wrought iron, one of these. The answer is steel. The basic process of manufacturing steel was invented by Sir Henry Bessemer of England. Uses the acidic lining material of converter when iron ores are free from or containing a small amount of sulfur and phosphorus. Use the basic lining material for pig iron containing impurities. All of the above. So if you see here, in acidic process, the lining material is acidic in nature, such as clay and quartz, right? And it is adapted when iron ores are free from or when they contain a very small amount of sulfur and phosphorus. So this is correct. This is also correct. In a basic process, the lining material is basic in nature, right? Such as lime and magnesia, and it is adapted for pig iron containing impurities of any type. So this is also correct. So our answer will be all of the above. The correct oxidation of order of oxidation of pig iron impurities is silicon, carbon, manganese, sulfur, and phosphorus, right? In the cementation process of manufacturing steel, pig iron is converted to almost pure wrought iron. Carbon content is adjusted to prepare steel. A dome-shaped furnace is used which is known as cementation furnace. And the wrought iron combines with carbon and steel of the desired composition, all of the above. So the answer here is all of the above. The steel obtained by cementation process is costly and not practically adopted nowadays. It's covered with blisters and thin bubbles. Obviously, cementation process gives us blister steel, right? So and it is not homogeneous, and it is full of cavities and fissures. So our answer will be all of the above. Next, the crucible steel process is adapted to produce small quantities of high carbon steel, and it uses the fragments of blister steel or short bars of wrought iron mixed with charcoal into suitable molds. Produces a hard and uniform steel quality, all of the above. The answer is all of the above, right? During duplex process of preparing steel makes use of both the acid Bessemer process and basic opener process. This is correct. This is a combination of acid Bessemer process and basic open earth process. And it is an economical method, obviously, right? It is economical method and it saves considerable time. It also saves what? Considerable time. So if you see here, it is thus seen that the Pix process is found to take advantage of both processes, namely basic earth process and open earth processes. This process is economical and it results in considerable saving of time as well. So our answer will be all of the above. The open earth furnace is used in manufacturing process of steel due to the content of phosphorus in its basic slag is used as for wood fertilizer. Great economy achieved by providing regenerative chambers on its either side, both A and B, neither A nor B. So we see here in the advantages of the particular open earth process. Basic slag obtained from open earth process contains what? Phosphorus. This slag in powder form can therefore be used as wood fertilizer, right? And great economy can be achieved by providing regenerative chambers on either side of the earth, right? So this is also correct and this is also correct. So our answer will be both A and B. Based on carbon content, steel is designated as mild steel, medium carbon steel and high carbon steel, all of three, right? So answer is all of these. Question number 166, dead steel or very low carbon steel contains carbon less than what? 0.10%. So when carbon content is less than 0.10%, it is known as dead steel or very low carbon steel. The high carbon steel is popularly known as hard steel, contains carbon about 0.6 to 1.10%, both A and B. Neither A nor B. So high carbon steel is also known as what? Hard steel. And its carbon content varies from 0.6 to 1.1%. So our answer will be both A and B. The carbon content in steel increases what? So in this particular topic, if you see here, carbon always assists in increasing the hardness and strength. So carbon increases what? Hardness and strength. But the answer in the above is given as option number C. But I think the answer is wrong, because increase in carbon content decreases the ductility of the what? Steel. Decreases the ductility of steel. So it should be one of the two options should be the answer. The mild steel is widely used, having carbon content 0.1 to 0.2, 0.1 to 0.25, 0.2 to 0.3, 0.2 to 0.3. So the answer here is 0.1 to 0.25%, right? The usual impurity of steel is, so all of these are usual impurities. So silicon, sulfur, phosphorus, manganese are, all of these are answer. So our answer will be all of these. Pick up the correct statement from the following. The silicon content between 0.30 to 0.40% in steel increases the elasticity and strength of steel without any reduction in its ductility. If you see here, if silicon content is raised to about 0.3 to 0.4%, elasticity and strength of steel are considerably increased without serious reduction in the ductility. So this is correct, right? And the sulfur content between 0.02 to 0.10 in steel does not affect the ductility of strength. But ductility or strength, what it decreases both malleability and weldability of hot steel. So we see here, if sulfur content is between 0.02 to 0.10%, it has no appreciable effect on ductility or strength of steel. It, however, decreases malleability and weldability, right, of hot metal, right? So this is also correct. The excess of sulfur decreases the strength and ductility of steel. Here, the excess of sulfur decreases strength and ductility of steel. The phosphorus content exceeding 0.12% reduces shock resistance, ductility and strength of steel. So it reduces shock resistance, ductility and strength of steel. This is for phosphorus. So our answer will be all of these. The steel loses its structural value if the manganese content exceeds what? 1.50%. So here is the answer. The aluminum is extensively used in aeroplane industry because it has low tensile strength, it is non-magnetic material, it is very tough and light material, none of the above. The answer for this is it is very tough and light material, right? So it is tough, right? It has greater toughness. Also, it is a light material, light metal. Addition of chromium to steel makes it what? More abrasive. Major component of bond metal is, so major component is what? 88% copper, so it will be copper. Ball angle are used in what? Ship building, right? So if you see IS 1252, it has been mentioned that Ball angles are generally used in shipbuilding and car building industries. The property due to which steel can withstand hammer blows is called, it is toughness, right? The carbon content in cast iron is in the range of 2 to what? 4.5%. So our answer, option number D, is the answer for the cast iron. If the iron ore contains clay as an impurity, the flux added during calcination is, if it is clay, then it will be limestone, right? If it is limestone, then it will be clay. And if it is quartz, it will be limestone and argillaceous iron ores. So for here the answer will be limestone. The proportion of carbon and zinc in Mons metal are 60 and 40, right? Here you can see it contains 60% copper and 40% zinc. The composition of metal of bronze is 90 and 10. For the 90, it is 90% copper and 10% of tin. So the answer is 90% Cu and 10% tin. The constituent of metals of brazing soldiers are what? Tin, zinc and copper. If you see in the brazing soldier, it is here. It consists of a mixture of 1 part of tin, 3 parts of zinc and 4 parts of copper. So tin, zinc and copper. So brazing is similar to soldering, but it is done at higher temperature from 650 to 1100 degrees Celsius. This is also important. Okay, in the heat treatment of steel, the process of heating steel to red hot and dipping it into cold bath of cold water or oil is known as hardening, right? So if you see here, this treatment of steel consists in heating the steel to red it and then suddenly cooling it by dipping it in a bath of cold water or oil. It is known as quenching or hardening. The carbon content in high tension steel is it will be lesser than 0.15%. So high tensile steel is also known as high strength steel. The chromium content in stainless steel is more than what? It is more than 16%. If you see here, it is especially effective if the chromium content is 16% or more, right? So the answer is more than 16%. Option number C. Inbar is a nickel steel with nickel content is between what? If you see here, it will be 30 to 40%. So the best answer here is 80 nickel. When the nickel content is about 18 to 40%, it is known as high nickel steel, right? And for the inbar, it will be 36% nickel. So it lies in between 30 to 40%. The base metal in Y alloy is, it will be aluminum, right? Aluminum, copper, nickel and magnesium is for the Y alloy. Inbar contains 36% of nickel. Simple. Stainless steel contains 18% chromium and 8% nickel. The limit of proportionality is applicable more in the case of what? Mild steel, right? And for the 891, the yield strength and tensile strength of low carbon steel may be improved by the addition of what? Vanadium. German silver is an alloy of what? German silver is an alloy of KNEC, right? So copper, nickel and zinc. So option number C is the answer. For light and ornamental casting, the most unsuitable pig iron is what? Mortar pig, because it has no good aesthetic value. Minimum 40% of iron is available in what? Black band, as given in the book of Agor. The constituent metals of the soldiers are what? Lead and tin, right? The property due to which steel can withstand hammer blows is called toughness, right? Which the following is not a variety of brass? Brown brass is not the variety of brass, because we have red brass, we have white brass, we have yellow brass, but there is no brown brass. The alloy used as plumber solder is, it is lead tin alloy, right? So you can see here, tin man soldiers or plumber solder is the alloy of lead and tin. Pig iron made from emeraldite ores free from sulfur, phosphorus and copper is, this is called Basimon pig, right? It should be free from copper, phosphorus and sulfur. The specific gravity of aluminum is, it is 2.7, right? So that's all for now. Thank you for watching.